Have you ever had that quiet, almost invisible moment when you realize you were holding on to a version of yourself that just doesn't fit anymore? Maybe it's the you that used to thrive in chaos, the one who could do it all, the person everyone else depended on. But then a whisper from within, a part of you that's healing, says, you don't have to be that person anymore. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about growing up. It's releasing the version of you that was built for pure survival, so you can finally truly live. Welcome to InspireAbility, where we find power in progress, meaning in change, and freedom in acceptance. I'm Ruby, and today we're talking about something we rarely discuss, the grief that comes with growth. When my life changed dramatically after my accident, I didn't just lose mobility. I lost an entire version of myself. I lost the confident professional, the provider, the helper, the woman who seemed to have all the answers. But here's the truth I discovered. Letting go of her wasn't a failure. It was freedom, because every ending is an opening. And sometimes the bravest thing you can possibly do is look at your past self and say, thank you. But I'm not her anymore. Let's be honest, letting go can feel absolutely terrifying. It means stepping into the unknown without the labels and roles that once gave you a sense of value. For a long time, I clung so tightly to the old versions of myself because I mistakenly believed they were the source of my worth. I would replay old achievements in my mind, hold on to old routines, and even dwell on old pain, simply because it all felt familiar. But I learned a crucial lesson. You can't heal while gripping the past. You can't walk into new beginnings if your hands are full of yesterday's burdens. So I began the slow, sometimes uncomfortable process of release. I let go of one expectation at a time, one false identity at a time, and as I did, something incredible happened. Space began to appear in my life. Space for my mind to breathe, space for new ideas to form, and most importantly, space for the woman I was becoming to finally emerge. It's in that space that true growth begins. We often think of grief as something reserved for the people we lose, but it's also for the parts of ourselves that no longer exist. I remember crying over such small things, the clothes in my closet I couldn't wear anymore, the morning routines I couldn't keep, the career goals I couldn't chase in the same way. At first it felt silly, almost self-indulgent, but then I realized I wasn't being dramatic. I was mourning, I wasn't weak. I was human. We so often forget that healing involves a period of grieving. And grief, when you truly honor it and give it the attention it deserves, transforms into gratitude. When you stop trying to rush past your sadness and instead start to listen to what it is trying to tell you, it becomes your greatest teacher. It shows you exactly what to release and what essential parts of you to carry forward into your new life. This is a really important point. Letting go isn't about erasing who you were. It's about carrying the essence, not the exhaustion. You get to keep the hard-won lessons, the empathy you gained, the grit you developed, but you let go of the guilt, the unrealistic standards you held yourself to, and that silent, crushing pressure to constantly prove your worth to others. After my disability, I realized I could still be a leader, but in a different way. I could still love deeply, but with healthier boundaries. I could still dream big, but with more flexibility and grace for myself. You see, you're not losing yourself in this process. You are refining yourself, distilling yourself down to your most authentic, powerful core. Once you finally release the heavy weight of what's gone, renewal naturally follows. It's not always a sudden, dramatic event. Sometimes renewal is subtle. You start to breathe a little easier. You start to notice the beauty in stillness, the profound calm that comes with surrender. Renewal doesn't always arrive with fireworks and a grand announcement. More often, it's the gentle peace of waking up without that familiar feeling of resentment. It's the simple joy of looking in the mirror and seeing yourself not as broken, but as reborn. When I finally truly let go of who I thought I was supposed to be, I began to meet the woman I was actually becoming. And you know what? She was softer, but also so much stronger. And above all, she was free. Living forward means making a conscious choice not to be defined by what was lost, but to be inspired by what remains. When you let go, you make room for possibility. You open the door to new relationships, new passions, new forms of work, and a new kind of joy you never knew could exist. You stop performing strength for an audience, and you start embodying it from within. So I invite you to ask yourself today, what version of you are you ready to thank and then gently release? Because every goodbye you say to the past opens the door to a deeper, more honest, and more vibrant you. Remember, letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means remembering differently without the sting of pain, without the pressure to be perfect, and without pretending to be someone you're not. You aren't abandoning your past. You are honoring it by evolving beyond it, so take a deep breath, release, renew. No matter what challenge you're facing, remember this: you can live fully, you can thrive with support, and you can always keep moving forward with hope. This is InspireAbility. Let's rise together, uniquely us. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this resonated with you, please give this video a like and subscribe for more conversations like this. I'll see you next time.